Check, check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2, checking the microphones. Check, 1, 2, check, 1, 2. Phone, mic, mic. Okay, we're gonna get started tonight. Once I get my camera, my recording camera set up. Rotate that around. How is everybody doing tonight? Make sure everything's ready. Come on. There we go. There's that. All right. Everything is on. I'm going to smooth this out, clean off the dust here. Hey Jay, I'm doing well. So, what I've done so far is I have a couple pieces of wood that I have drilled a sequence of holes in, and we're going to make something out of it. Another toy, wooden toy. If you guess what it is, put it in the chat as soon as you guess. Hey Pat, good to see you. So we are making a toy, and I have already, wow, this wood is very staticky. So one way you can get rid of static is you take a dryer sheet and just kind of wipe everything down, and you can watch the wood shavings just fall off. They don't like that dryer sheet. There's something about the ions or something. And it takes a while for them to come back. It like deposits ions. I have no idea. I don't know. And it smells good. I have a whole box of these that my wife got, Mrs. Bailey got, that she didn't like the smell. And they do smell a little strawberry-ish. But, so every once in a while I wipe everything down. Alright, so what I've done, Lee Harris is in. Thanks, Lee. And Pat's in from Small Wood Lot. Matthew's in. I'm doing well, Matthew. How are you? So what I've got so far is I have 2 pieces of wood that I've drilled a bunch of holes in. I tried to do an octagon, but I didn't do a very good job. I got to figure out the math on that. Maybe make a jig for my table saw. And then what I did already, because I don't really want to do table saw and bandsaw on live stream. So I took a bunch of these bamboo skewers, shish kebab skewers or whatever, and I cut them into 5 inches. Now, the problem was I measured for my drill bit off one of these, and I drilled it, and they're not all consistent. So like this one fits, but a lot of them were too small. So maybe you can see what we're making. Now look, these are gonna, oh, there it fits in. Okay. Does anyone remember, well, I'll let you guess. Alright, so now what I need to do is part this off. I'm always amazed at how well, like, you can do stuff by eye and how well it actually works out. Now, some of my drilling is a little bit off. I need to get better at that, but that's because my octagon is not cut exactly right. So this one has 4 holes, and I drilled down. What I did is I set the depth on my drill press, so I didn't have to mark it. I just bring it all the way down and go in about a 1/2 inch, so when I turned it round they would still be there. You're going to turn a dinner tonight. That's a good idea, to make a I could make what do they call it, a rotisserie or something? It's not a bad idea. Any guesses? Somebody's got to remember what this is. Jason White is in. Hello, Jason. You should be getting your tops pretty soon, but I did see there's a slight weather delay. My son just got home from North Carolina, and he said it was absolutely crazy. They had 1 inch on the ground, and nobody could get anywhere. I don't think I'm going to be able to fit this in here. Nope. Alright, we'll have to stick with the drive spur for now. I'm going to turn this side a little bit smaller so it fits inside the inner teeth on the chuck. I don't know if you're supposed to do that or not, but I do it. I figure any way you can hold it. Is that Brian? Brian's in. Small wood, this. Brian, yes. Any guesses on what I'm making? Brian will get it. After I do the next step, everybody will get it. I'll say if you're over 42. Mike Stanifer in. Hey Mike, how you doing? If you're over 42, I think you should be able to guess what we're making. This last one I might have to cut on the bandsaw. If I get like, oh look how straight that turns, nice. If I get like four good ones off each one, I think I'll be happy. So earlier, if you're just coming in, I also took some bamboo skewers, like shish kebab skewers, and cut them into 5-inch sections. Hey, Rob's in. How you doing, Rob? Erector set, almost, very close. Anti-minesweeper, that's a good idea, okay. Chris Newton is in. Thanks for stopping in. Is this your first time? I don't recognize your name. And by the machine, I think you're talking about the lathe, perhaps? This is a Wen. This is a 3424T, but they've renamed it. It's a LA 3424. And you can get it from Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot, from the Wen site itself, and it's about $300. I did just see that Lowe's and Home Depot have it for $277, so I think I paid more than that, but I'm not 100% sure. I cannot remember how much I paid for it, but it was about that. those up in a little bit. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Hold on. We got to drill through the middles. I forgot about that. And I probably should put a little bit of color. It wouldn't hurt. Drill the hole. Drill, baby, drill. We're gonna drill. What's that? No, we're not gonna get political. Yeah, $300. The real money is in your bench grinder to sharpen your tools. You can pay a couple $100 for good tools, or like me and max out at about 50 for any given tool. Bandsaw, you gotta have a bandsaw. What else? Should have him make a marble chase toy. 5 holes. Tinker Toys, yep. Yep, Brian got it. Did anyone else? Yeah, Tinker Toys. I used to love the Tinker Toys, and we had the Lincoln Logs and the Tinker Toys, and I think the Tinker Toys, because you could make like gears and machines, that's what I liked. That's not a fun noise. There's number 2. So the reason it's vibrating so much is because I cut the grooves in it already. We're gonna get 5. Alright, so each one of these has 4 holes, and then it'll have a hole that goes all the way through. Oh, that one didn't get drilled. Yeah, so I've got 3 that have holes all the way through. I'm going to get this one eventually, so we'll get that drilled. Alright, so I'll end up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. That would be cool. Now, those, well, now we have 4. We dropped 2. That is the smaller one. Now I have the bigger one. So, I don't know if you guys know, if you have a lathe, you know this, but as I back this drill bit, the Jacob's bit out, Jacob's chuck, it hits a point where it just loosens up. I don't have to knock it out with the knockout. Just a little tidbit. Okay, so I'm going to take the chuck back off. And then if you have a metal shop, you can get custom wrenches made, because the ones that come with the wen to help get the chuck off are way too thin. I actually forgot about that. I did it so early on. Alright, so another thing I did to make the points, or the center point, is I made my center marking gauge, I guess, I don't know, tool, just out of plexiglass, and it's a right angle with another piece at a 45. Very simple tool to make, and this one's big enough that I can mark some pretty big pieces. But that definitely, I don't know if it's cheaper, but at the time I needed to make it. All right. So this one's a little bit bigger, and I have, it's octagonal, and I actually drilled a hole in all of the flats. So there's 8 holes around on this one. It actually is some dunnage, another piece from work. So this one probably won't be usable, and maybe these two. This one might. This one's pretty close, but we should get at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them out of it, if not more. $200 for a Thompson bowl gouge. Marble chase toy. Pat, I don't know what you mean about the marble chase toy. You need to explain that a little bit. That sounds interesting. Buy everything at flea market. I love flea markets. We just don't have a lot around here, especially in the winter. There's not a lot to do in Ohio in the winter, but I would love to go to flea markets. Problem is, when I go to the flea markets, I never have money, and when I have money, there's no flea markets. So. We might salvage it. I don't know. All right, I'm gonna mark some lines here. And again, I'm just eyeballing them. If you were making these like for a gift or something, you'd want to measure that out a little bit better. Start with a funnel, like a coin catcher, then make a bundle of tubes and chutes to track those. Oh yeah, I'd love to do that. That's one of my dreams. That would be so cool. Yes, we will do that, Pat. Jamie's in from Ireland. Nice to have you. Thanks for stopping in. I'll do my best, Brian. I'm going to try to end a little bit early. I don't know which microphones are working or not, so I'm going to end a little bit early so I can get my shower and be in the live. So it was either start late and then just stay here for the live, for your live, or end early so I can get ready for bed, because it's past my bedtime. I'll tell you, right now, I'm about 2 hours past my bedtime, so I do this for you. It's 8:30 here. Come in right away if you have things to do. You come in at the 15 or 20 mark. Okay. Yeah, we'll see when this gets done. Okay, this wood is not as nice. It's not playing as nice, but I think we'll be fine. All right. I think I'm going to try to put some color on these. Promo work. Hey, Billy's in. Billy, thanks for stopping in. We are making some Tinker Toys. I don't know when. I actually saw some on Amazon as I was preparing for this. I didn't know they still made them. I thought that was pretty cool. Alright, let's see if that's in there. That is really close to the jaws all the way shut. So I think what we'll do is get all the grooves almost cut. We'll do a little more sanding, put some color. Thanks, Billy. Thanks for stopping in. First time. Love that. Change my camera angle here. All right. So also, this is one of my homemade tools. This is just a DeWalt Sawzall blade, reciprocating saw, and I just cut the teeth off and put a point on it, and it works great. Actually, I'm gonna go put a burr on that. Take me 2 seconds. So you don't want to cut too deep. It makes it hard to split them off. But when that tool's sharper, that's a really nice thin cutoff tool. Alright, I'm going to practice my skew and round these all off. See how that turns out. We'll see you, Brian. Thanks for stopping in. Alright, before I forget, I need to start drilling some holes. So what I'll do is drill as far as I can, and then put the live center back in so I can do the color. And I think I'm going to cut these off one at a time because it is so long. With that point, I can go right into that drill hole. It'll hold it circular. Alright, let's slow down. I should have put color on the smaller ones too, but these are my Salisbury Crafts markers, watercolors, non-toxic. I do need to make a correction. Oh, Matthew, thank you. Thank you for that 20th super celebrate third. Matthew, this is the 20th time you've given money, is that right? Nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. On the super chat, we love the super chats. Don't make it a habit though, because it's too awkward. But I appreciate every dollar. So I'm just doing by hand in between the holes, so I don't want to wreck the tip trying to draw over those holes. yellow. Yellow is my favorite. So, oh, what I was starting to say is on Monday, I had sprayed something with the spray, and I mistakenly said that that was the refill for the markers. And it is not the refill for the markers. The markers just have that text on them. The bottles that I have says in fine print airbrush paint. I don't know if is that, yeah, airbrush paint. So when I've been spraying it with the sprayers, I have these sorry about that. I have these sprayers. That is actually airbrush paint. So just wanted to clear that up. And I'm going to show you the difference right here. So with these on here, without changing, so there's the marker paint would probably work in the airbrush, but it would be fairly faint. But the airbrush paint won't work in the markers because it will gob them up, clog them up. So I'm going to spray on the yellow so you can see what the difference looks like between the airbrush paint and the texture paint. Texture. Alright, now for the reveal. They don't look that much different on pine. I made a top on Monday that was pine, and I had drawn on a piece of what was that? Yew, and it came out just different. The spray on one's just a little bit darker. I guess on pine it soaks in and you can't really tell. So that's my fault. Trying to do a dramatic reveal and it didn't hit. Alright, let's do this guy. I'm not going to use that guy, he's too messed up. So we might get two more. We'll do red and blue. And as it dries, you might see a difference. We'll see what happens. So another thing I'm thinking is I'll probably spray these all with, if I use them with kids, I might spray them with polyurethane, because it is watercolors. And watercolors, when they are exposed to water will like rehydrate, and I don't want these colors to be all over the carpet. Or the kid. So we'll probably spray him with something. All right. So one thing about these lives also is I don't take the time to do everything perfect. Hopefully, I'm giving you ideas or just showing you how things are done, but I like to put all the holes exactly in line, and all that would take too much time for a live, and make sure everything's colored, and that's stuff that you do when you have time to do it. So this is just for demonstration purposes, and probably will end up in a fire at some point. In a planned fire. Which it's just as much fun for kids to play with these as it is for them to throw them in the fire. So there's that. All right. Start splitting these off. I think I got through that one. We'll see. So, if I were doing this correctly, which maybe I should, we're going to at least sand one side of these. I don't know if I drilled all the way through that one. Didn't feel like it. If you're just coming in, we're making some Tinker Toys. I don't know if you guys remember Tinker Toys. One of my favorites. I have a feeling the center hole is not going to be tight enough for these bamboo sticks, but the other thing I need to do is get dowels instead of, hey, Todd's in. Hey, Todd. RG. Cool. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, I've been forgetting to sand. Oh well. We'll sand it in a second. This is actually a quick way to make a real simple toy that everybody likes. Maybe not everybody. Most kids like. Alright. Not a lot of waste. So interesting, today I was watching, I saw a video, there's a video about all of the body language um, in the President Carter's funeral, when all of the ex-president and future presidents were all sitting in the same spot, and as they were walking in, all of the body language, and there was these behavioral experts like reading them as they were coming in, and they go back and analyze each section, and very interesting. Like, it wasn't political at all. Really made me think about some of my the nonverbal things I do in meetings that I probably shouldn't do. It's a good video. Alright, I'm going to sand the ends, because with pine you get a lot of tear out. We're going to see what we can do with that. Should probably put some sandpaper on there. All right. Don't forget the center hole, yep. And then he just got home from work. Just got home from work. Ugh, that's a late day. Forgot a valuable lesson. Always check the new part first. Make sure it is correct before spending 2 hours disassembling a table. Ugh. I think we've all been there. More times than we should, right? You think you do it once and never do it again. That just is not the case. So I'm just going to do this so they all fit and so they all sit flat. But obviously you want to spend a little more time if it works good. Alright, this one, we'll cut that off later, maybe. I got an extra hole. Nah, not worth it. Okay, so we've got some of these. Got some of these. Now, you can just have fun and put them together. And if you get a custom container, Meyer Cottage Cheese, not a sponsor, but if you're listening, I'm open to it. I love Meyer Cottage Cheese. I think it's the best cottage cheese there is. So I took a bunch of skewers, shish kebab skewers, and cut them at I cut them at 5 inches. The skewers themselves were about 11.5, and they were tapered to a point at one side, and I did not want the point, So I figured 5 inches would be a good distance. So now you just put them together, and you can cut all different lengths. You can have some at 2 inches, some at 10 inches, like all kinds of different. But like I said, the barbecue skewer, or the shish kebab skewers that I had, are all different diameters. So when I had already drilled the holes when I noticed, and I had to go through the pack and figure out which ones would work. So that was not ideal. Can make a space station. I used to love Tinker Toys. I could tinker at these all day. We didn't have them, but my grandma had a set. And that was just pure fun. You could make, I may or may not have done chemistry or science fair projects with these, making molecules. There you go. Tinker Toys, homemade in, I can't read that, an hour? Gotta get my reading glasses. Homemade in 1 hour and 5 minutes. Well, I did some drilling. I would say 2 hours. 2 hours. If you wanted to do good sanding, add another hour. 3 hours. If you want to color them all the way around, I'd say 4 hours. So one day you can have a set of Tinker Toys, and the more you make at a time, the better off. Like if I had made a couple of those sticks and just parted them right off, we could have made quite a few very quickly. Alright, so that is Tinker Toys, and they go in the box to be played with later, or in the container. Easy to store, easy to use. Now you want to make sure that the kids aren't going to choke on the sticks, so probably 3 years and up, I would say. 2 years and up, I don't know. We're watching a little girl that's 1.5, and I don't think she would poke her eye out, but man, sometimes she gets close. Alright, there we go. Alright, should we make some tops? Are you guys good, or you want to call it a night? Sputnik. Pointy. We'll do some spinning tops. Some tops. We have a little bit. I'm gonna go for another. We'll say another 20 minutes. and then I'm going to go into Brian's live at the Vineyard Farmhouse. If you guys weren't in before, definitely check out Brian's live stream. We're going to try some stuff. Who wanted the thin wafer top and square top? Who was that? Pat? I think that was Pat. Pat still here? I'm gonna try to get this as close to the center. So a lot of times what I do is I will look at it and line up the corners with that center point. Then I'll turn it and line up those corners, and that's pretty straight. A lot of eyeballing. The other thing you can do is move the tool rest in till the corner is close. That one's really close, and that one's far away. Split the difference. That looks pretty good. Because making a square one is kind of tough. Alright, let's do it. Alright, gotta sand it a little bit. 285 watching, wow. That's awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks so much. That's crazy. Oh, can't do that. I don't know if this is going to work. We may have to fill in some of these grooves. The problem is you don't know if it's going to work till it's done. And then it's too late. It's so this is end grain, so it's very like these corners, these two corners will break off pretty easy. We don't want to do that. Cool stuff, okay. Tinker toys aren't cool. Tinker toys are cool. Take it back. Just gonna give it some patches here, because pine is just gets kind of chippy. It's great for live streams, but not good for making like quality furniture, I guess, or some tops. But it'll work. That is my Satellite City CA glue. Say that 10 times fast. And this is the Satellite City Accelerator. You can get them at caglue.com. Let's make this one yellow, because that's the one I have my sprayer on. So I did order some more sprayers, so eventually I can spray all the colors. This again is our Salisbury Crafts, and this is airbrush paint. I'm not going to do too much sanding because I like my fingers, so I think we will Get some of the wet paint off. That was tricky. That was tricky. You can't catch it like a round top. All right. I don't want to step on it. All right, we got to get out the cheese board. Spins pretty good. Nice. That's a thin, not terribly thin, thin square one. All right, what do we got going on in the chat? Salisbury, yeah, guys, subscribe to Salisbury Crafts if you could. Where are we at, Jay? Almost dropped my drill bit in the new window. Up to 37. Getting close. 37, Jay. All right. Let's do. What time is it? 22. We have 8 minutes. All right. Yeah, Jay, the links, I don't know. I checked on several of my accounts. Not all of my accounts are moderators on my site, and the links all could click, so I don't know. But I did read something that clickable links in live chats are something they're rolling out. It's not everybody has them. So I don't know. I couldn't find a setting, but I'll keep looking. We'll get it. Alright, throw out some colors. Let's do all the colors at one time. I'm going to see if I can do 3 tops at once. I've never tried this before. But I need 3 sets of colors. It'll take me 8 minutes just to find those colors. So here's what's going to happen. This is my prediction. I'm going to cut this one and they're all going to go flying. So what I'll do is slow down the lathe. Guess I gotta slow them down to put the colors on anyway. I'm not done yet. We're going to glue it back together. You have time. You have the parts. Kind of what I predicted anyway, because you can't make it too thin. There's ways to do it, but this is not how to do it. Alright, this one's going to be tricky because it just came off almost straight. Right there. Is that it? Alright, back in business. Alright, we'll see you, RG. Thanks for stopping in. Roller support, yeah. There's these things that I've seen, I forget what it's called, but there's like strings, a series of strings everywhere, and that kind of holds them. Alright, we're going to slow it down. And alright, Todd wanted peppermint, fuchsia, and pearl. Isn't peppermint and fuchsia peppermint? Green or red? I know my mom used to make peppermint jam because we had it growing outside and it was green. But a peppermint candy cane is red. So we'll do red, fuchsia. I think is this color. It's magenta. Mauve. close enough. What's fuchsia? Is it green or red? I always get that confused. Pearl. I don't have any of those colors, Todd. Alright, we're gonna do green. What I think fuchsia is, and silver. Fuchsia is a purple, yeah. I think I got it. We'll see. Alright, that one's done. What's the next one? Yellow and green, yellow and blue, yellow, red. Alex wants red, black, and green. Alright, let's do yellow and green. For Matthew. We're starting to get a little wobbly. Not looking good. Not looking good. Alright, and then black, red, and green. Sorry guys, I like to keep up with the chat, but who we got? Cameron Wilford is in. Fuchsia, okay. French from Quebec. Matthew in the Bible, French. Okay. Remember my mother making mint chocolate chip ice cream. Ooh. Coffee ice cream, yeah. I love coffee. That's a north New England thing. Canadian tuxedo pattern. Faceovlurger. Thanks for stopping in. I know I'm not saying that right. Sorry. The Electric Whittler. Making tops. Yep. We're trying to do 3 tops at one time. I've never done that before, and it already broke once. We're gonna try. I glued them back together. We're gonna try it. I have a feeling it's not going to work, but we're going to try it anyway. Alright, now, got all our colors on. Now we take our super glue, from caglue.com, and we're going to try to put a coating on all of them at one time. Just hand this up. Can't get the lid off. Can't find my pliers. I'm going to open a new bottle of my favorite medium. I only have a few left. But what I wouldn't do for you guys, you know that's true. We'll seal that color in. I could just cut it off and see if they all three spin at one time. All glued together. I don't think they will. Everything spins if you spin it fast enough, but there are limits. Alright. Blades kind of scare me. No, don't let it scare you. Tools won't go flying. Don't say that. I've never had a tool go flying. Wood blades are probably much safer than. I'll tell you what's not. What's a little bit more scarier than a lathe, in my opinion, is the bandsaw and the table saw. Alright. Can't do it. Can't do it, guys. Can't do it. Can't be done. It gets too floppy at the end. So there's no way to do multiple tops. CA glue is expensive. You can buy just a little bit at a time. I don't know why it's so expensive. I don't know what is so special in it, but it is expensive. I know just from working with Satellite City, they have all kinds of regulations because it's like chemical. They used to be in California, and they moved to, don't quote me, it's either Portland or Washington State, Oregon or Washington, I don't know what. They're close, but they couldn't hardly operate in California. These tops will spin. I promise you that. There's one. Gotta go quick. I'm out of time. Out of time. So, we're gonna end pretty soon. If you guys are just coming in, or if you've been in for a little while and you're looking for somewhere else to go, if you go to the Vineyard Farmhouse, there we go, 2. Brian is doing a live stream. It's at the Vineyard Farmhouse. I think, Todd, you could put 12 minutes. Oh my goodness. I wanted to end sooner than this, but you could put a link to Brian's. That would be awesome. This one, the stem got a little short. There you go. 3 spinning ugly tops. Alright, so we made a Tinker Toy set. We made 4 tops. We made that. We made our square top, and these tops, one just fell on the floor. So thanks for stopping in, everybody that's still here. Head on over to the Vineyard Farmhouse. It's not a vertical live stream, it's a horizontal live stream, but I'm going to go there, and Jay from Salisbury Crafts is going to go, I think, and try to talk about some color, some projects, and see what they've got going on over there. And we'll see you later. Thanks for stopping in. Make sure you subscribe, and subscribe to Salisbury Crafts also. We're trying to get it into the States here, so anything you can do to subscribe would help. That's all I've got. Thanks for stopping in, and we will see you later. All right, bye.